Hey y'all, thanks for tuning into the Nintendo Drive. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Or if you're getting cozy and listening to us on your podcast feed, make sure you're following and leaving us nice reviews. You can also support the show on Patreon and pick up some awesome merch. Links to those and more are in the description, but let's get the show started.
Oh, hi. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Good to see you. I feel like I'm in a precarious position. I'm the one healthy, like fully healthy person here on the podcast tonight. Can we transfer like any sort of diseases between the internet? Like, is that how this works?
If I get close enough to the microphone, you better believe it, Seth.
Yeah, it comes through.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
spores.
Possible.
Well, I think you're a very empathetic person. I think it might just happen that way. It might be
That's
through
true.
Your power of empathy.
Yeah.
Your superpower.
I get sick because I just feel so bad for you. I'm like, oh, like those two, they're sick, and I feel so terrible. All of a sudden I feel a cold coming on. I'm always right there. I feel like I have like respiratory issues, and I always feel like I'm on the verge at all times. You know, so.
Well, I want to pin this for later, of course, but I was at work today, which happens to be at a hospital, and I picked up a COVID-19 antigen rapid test device. And a quick observation. I don't know if you guys are thinking the same thing. When I look at this real quick, I think it's a pregnancy test. This is a cardboard box. I think pregnancy test first. But in any case, I know we'll launch up the hype train for the Patreon and whatnot. But for people who have been enjoying the Patreon Nintendo Drive post show, I think I'm gonna be taking this COVID test on the
real
post
treat.
show. I think that's gonna happen.
Tonight is the night to join.
Oh man,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you haven't joined yet,
Shove
just
it right
like
up
just like Brian Scott did at the exclusive tier.
Welcome
Big
in, Brian
thanks
Scott.
to Brian
Buckle
Scott.
up, man.
Brian, welcome on in. You're in for a treat, my friend. So welcome on into the exclusive tier at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. Brian Scott. Very, very exciting times ahead for you, my friend. I eagerly anticipate the post show tonight. Shout out to Joey Ferris here in the chat. It says 2017 is still yeah, Game Explain Zone. Joey Ferris coming in talking about 2017. We're gonna pin that, of course, as we often do. But yeah, tonight we're gonna talk about the best years of the Switch. I'll be honest with y'all. I compiled, I have a link in our notes, Sean. I compiled a spreadsheet of all of the Switch exclusives by year, and the Switch has been a pretty good little console, as it turns out. Pretty good. It was pretty cool to see. But we'll get to that later. We'll
Pin it.
I
Definitely.
just love that you made a spreadsheet. This is impressive.
Yeah, and it might not even be complete, but it's complete enough for me for the sake of argument. So we did that. I got something to say though too. We got a little more housekeeping.
It sounds like more than a knock. It sounds like a little like creature.
legs.
Yeah, just
Skittering.
across.
Yeah. We of course have got our ongoing Spider Wonder giveaway. Still got time. We got a couple more days left. We're drawing the winner of we're drawing two winners, as a matter of fact, of the Spider Wonder giveaway, giving away a copy of either Spider-Man 2 or Super Mario Brothers Wonder. All you have to do is leave us a 5-star review, either us or the PlayStation Drive on your podcast service of choice. Screenshot it, let us know you did it, and you'll be entered in. You could also get extra entries by picking up a sticker at carpoolgaming.com with a wonderful little Elephant Mario as Spider-Man design. You can pick that up for an extra entry, and it's on a shirt, and you can pick that up for 3 extra entries. So you can get 5 entries into this drawing. We're drawing the winners on the morning of Thursday morning. Sean is what we're drawing.
Churnsday morning. We got we're churning the butter. We're churning out a winner. Mm-hmm.
We're churning out 2 winners, and the winners can choose between Spider-Man 2 and Mario Wonder. So we got that happening. Then on Friday.
No.
Friday.
We gotta work on that one.
Yeah, we need ideas, chat. Come on.
Yeah, if you can put chew into Friday in a better way than Friday, I'm open to suggestions, but that's what I've got for now. we're doing a big old stream, Sean, on twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live. We are starting the day at 10 a.m. Eastern with that there's Super Mario Brothers Wonder. It's going to be you, it's going to be me, it's going to be Ryan Turford. We're going to be doing science, and we're going to be playing some Mario Brothers Wonder, and that's going to be very fun indeed. The pass-off is going to happen at 2 p.m. Eastern to the boys playing some Spider-Man 2. So we're really kind of leaning into the melding of the two worlds on Friday, Sean. And we're going to have all kinds of fun stuff happening.
Well, Seth, a copyright be damned. Let's just listen to Blink 182 while we're at it.
Let's just do that. Throw it all in there.
Throw it all in.
And also stream the the new like Martin Scorsese movie, like The Killers of the Flower Moon or whatever.
Is that coming out on Friday as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So for those not keeping score at home, Blink 182 is also releasing it out. I'm not just saying that totally randomly, although I know I'm a random person. Blink 182, we got Mario, we got Spider-Man, apparently the man himself, Mr. Cinema, Martin Scorsese, coming out with a movie as well. So if
All
you
on the
haven't
20th.
booked the day off of work, like, what are you doing? Like, bring out the Reggie meme, just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
Big day. Big day.
Huge day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be there in the morning. Court and Matt are going to take it over in the afternoon. And we might have a couple surprises still for people to check out. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh my God.
Stay tuned.
On Friday, stay tuned.
Friday doesn't work at all for the It's not like it's not
For the
Fetch. Stop making fetch. It's not going to happen. Fetch isn't going to be a thing. It's
I'll
not
make
happening.
it happen. Yeah,
We'll
just
see.
you wait.
All
Just
right,
you
we'll
wait.
see.
I made Tuesday happen, and I'll do it again. You know. All right.
You better work it
That's
into your
what's-
schedule.
My schedule. That's right. We have a lot of stuff going on. Big month for Carpool Gaming. Big week here.
Huge month.
Yeah, maybe our biggest month ever. To
Maybe
be honest.
ever.
Yeah.
We got Miles of
maybe ever.
Amanda here.
Yeah, the
I've
one and
been
only
here.
Miles of Amanda.
What?
Oh, it's
Okay.
news now. Let's
I'm here.
We'll just
Hi.
keep bringing it up. Yeah. I've been here the whole time. What are you talking about?
It's fine.
All right. Well, that's all the housekeeping I've got. Do y'all want to talk about some video games?
No,
Do
I
y'all
want to
wanna-
talk about you did a Tears of the since you asked.
That's
The
true.
answer is no.
The answer
Tears
is
of the-
no.
Tears of the Kingdom, the Totkey thing that you
Totkey.
did for
Totkey?
the
Oh, dear
Totkey.
God, please.
How have we not enunciated this acronym yet? How is that? We've been 6 months with this game. We haven't enunciated the acronym. You got to
Did they
enunciate the
enunciate
acronym.
the other one?
Yeah, Botwa.
Botwa.
Botwood?
Yeah.
Totkey, the sequel to Botwa.
Botwa mitzvah.
Oh,
Totkey.
no.
Yeah.
What is this show?
What a stupid show this is.
You did a cool thing though. You had a bunch of people talking about the game, that Vigi game.
It was
that people
great.
like. Mhm.
Yeah, it was great. It was so that was last Thursday night. Hung out with Cwagmire, Yon32, and Antics. And we hung out and we talked about that their Totkey. Full spoilers. And if you couldn't make it to the chat, that's okay, because I threw up the audio on Patreon as well. And we're gonna be doing more of that. We're gonna be doing more of that. That was a lot of fun. And I can't wait to do the next one. So look forward to that. Had a great time. So big thanks to Yon, Cwagmire, and Antics for hanging out.
So cool.
For like 2 hours. Like we really sat in it. We marinated in that their Totkey, you know?
all together.
So Psych Detectives in the chat trolling
know.
Amanda.
Here come
You know.
my trolls.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well-
we were close, kind of, not really. Close.
Yeah. I saw I managed to tune in to like the end of your stream, and I saw the grind for Sundelions, which is a smart move coming into the end.
No, sometimes you just got to test going in with none and just be like, accept the fact that you're going to have broken hearts. It's fine. And then there just gets to be a point where I was like, you know what? You guys are right. Let's go farm some Sundelions. Your chat, you're all so smart. But
I mean,
it was great.
it's true. Oh, the trolls are out now, Amanda. They're coming.
There they are. Here they
Yeah,
come.
They're in the chat now.
The
Well,
bell rang.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Trolls. Troll in the dungeon. Like Harry Potter. Immediately thought of that. Well, what's been going on for you, Amanda? What have you been playing? The same cast, the same rotation?
Kind of, but I put, so obviously Tears of the Kingdom. I was playing Sea of Stars last night, which I feel like we're getting pretty far. I have no idea. Seth, I always like wait for you to tell me where I am in the game.
Okay.
Because you beat the game. But we got pretty far, I feel like. And then we're still playing Moonstone Island, which is not Switch yet, so I won't really get into it. But Octopath Traveler 2 is sitting on the back burner. So I'm traveling to TwitchCon this week for work. So I'm planning to play it on the plane because I have a pretty hefty plane ride. So that's where that's going to fall into. But yeah, the community really just wants to watch me suffer in Zelda and scream into the microphone. So we just haven't touched the Octopath Traveler 2. I don't know.
How do you feel about streaming a game like that? Like, it's very, like, you have to do a lot of reading, right? Like, you have to follow along with a lot of story. Like, I don't know, certain games, for me at least, like, they feel better to stream. You know, they're easier, I guess, maybe is a better way to put it.
Well, Octopath has actually a decent amount of voice acting, so it's weird to not be speaking, like saying all the dialogue. So yeah, I think we just haven't spent enough time with it for us to all get like really connected to it. I streamed it once and then I haven't gone back since because then we got close to Ganon and everything kind of changed. So I'm hoping to bring it back, but I'm going to play a decent amount of it on the plane, kind of get used to it again and then bring it back. But once we beat Zelda or Sea of the Stars, we have an open slot for, as Mr. Pike is saying in the chat, game number 76.
Making a comeback.
Making a comeback.
You love to see it. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I just got a text from my little sister, and I just have to shout this out live here on the air because this is the weirdest text I've maybe ever received. She says, "This is going to be really weird, but I need to know some items that are in your trash can for my anthropology class." What is the meaning of that?
We should all give her items in our trash cans. Like,
you need some samples
from all of us. Yeah, I got my trash cans right over there. We could.
Yeah,
I think I know what's in there actually. Got those little disposable little cups. This is the thing. I'm trying not to be sick. I'm rinsing I gargle salt water. So like the little cups.
Does that work?
Apparently not. Apparently I've been doing it.
That's
I'm
fair.
Sick as a dog. I need to up my game. Maybe twice a day and add like ginger and garlic into the routine. You know, I don't know.
Throw that in there with your fruit punch energy drink, and
so
weird
that didn't work. Yeah, this
can't believe
this diet of Diet Coke and kids granola bars. It's so weird. I'm not very healthy.
Oh my god, it's fine.
It.
Well, so very weird text message.
That is a weird text message, and I just wanted to call her out for that in case she listens sometimes. So, Sean, what have you been playing, my friend? Anything?
Not a dang thing, but I had done some things because I committed to a thing last week. We did the whole vouchers. I had a cry for help. You guys walked me through what we're going to do with the vouchers. So I can confirm that I used one of the vouchers on Fire Emblem Engage. So that has been downloaded. But as it was downloading, Seth and Amanda, well, actually before it started downloading, it's like you're out of space. And I'm like, what kind of SD card we got up in here? And I'm almost ashamed to say only 128 gigabyte thing in there. Not big enough. Not nearly big enough.
How do you live?
How does one live? How could I live without you? Said Leanne Rimes to the 512 gigabyte. I want to know. So it was Prime Day or whatever, like fall Prime Day on Amazon last week. Picked up two 512 gigabyte SD cards. So I'm all loaded up there. So I've got back to download my Fire Emblem Engage. I've downloaded Mario Wonder all ready for Friday, pre-ordered because skipped a step, bought a second set of vouchers, used the first voucher on Mario Wonder. So we're all good there. And one of the other games that we selected last week, you might remember, you guys were both there, was Bayonetta 3. You convinced me to go pick up Bayonetta 3. Did I use a voucher on it? I did not. I did pick it up on sale from my sale. Oh, we haven't had that one in a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's making a comeback. Yeah.
While I was at it, you know what else I picked up? Live Alive. So I'm loaded up, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing over here, but I've got hard copies of Bayonetta and Live Alive all ready to go. Digital copies of Mario Wonder and Fire Emblem Engage. What I might do, where I think this is leading me to, is at the end of this year, because I don't play these games, of course, I just collect them.
Of course, right.
The end of the year will be Sean's top 10 games that he actually is in possession of.
Didn't play.
I'll just have a nice ranking of that. So
that's so
I've been busy,
good.
but not playing games, just collecting them.
But you could get even more esoteric. You could make it games you bought this year.
That's what I mean.
Haven't played. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, easily a top 10. Like might have to go to a top 20 list. Might have to expand.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you guys have fun with your top 10 games you played this year, but I'll be over here doing my own thing like an idiot.
Anti-list. Oh my gosh. I love it.
Oh, so
Amanda's playing all the games. Like
Yeah.
Amanda's starting game 76 apparently. So
Yeah, we're ready.
yeah.
We're ready.
I'm just on Dodgeball
I don't know.
Academia. We're in holding pattern though for Mario. Like that's
We're in
really what this
holding
is.
pattern.
We're in hold.
We are.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hold.
Playing Miles
That's
on
a good-
PC. I talked about that on the Xbox side. Playing Miles Morales on the PC, and damn near. I think I'm at like 75%. I think that's a 100%able game over there. So
Ooh, let's go.
so there's that too.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah, that's
mhm.
awesome. It's a good one. So for me, I still have not started Detective Pikachu Returns. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna have to be like probably in like December at this
Join
point.
Join us,
Like,
Seth.
honestly,
Oh,
Here's the problem. I got the game so late that like it I didn't get it until, like I told y'all, like last Tuesday night. And then like by that time it's like, well damn, it's already too late. Like I've
Too late.
already, you know, like I
back.
had my moment, you know,
never
I had
too late.
like I could have played it that weekend, you know, and like now it's gone. The moment's gone. And I was going to try to fit it in before Mario Wonder, but now Mario Wonder's like what?
It's here.
You know, it's here basically.
Mhm.
So sorry, you know, I own it. It's gonna sit on my shelf, and like I'll get to it when I get to it. But it's probably not gonna be anytime soon. Yeah, that's right, Psych Detective. Trombone.
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 Yes.
Stop. Stop.
Yes.
We're making it happen.
Mhm.
More. We're
More.
making it happen. Let's go.
More.
So in lieu of that, I'm also in a holding pattern, Sean.
So you get it. You get it, Seth.
I am also in a holding. So what I've been playing this week is a lot of like Vampire Survivors.
Yes.
Playing a lot of that, and that Suika game that I told you guys about last week. I'm playing a bunch of that too.
Dude, that game is so good. Did you have to buy it on a Japanese account? Is that what you said? That game, I watched Jace play it over at twitch.tv/backridge. Dude, I was locked in. I was totally, because like, I don't know, you probably mentioned this already, but like, you drop in your fruit, and then they got the little like round cherries or whatever, it's like circle kind of shapes are going on, and they're just kind of like slowly spinning, and maybe the fruits will kind of like shimmer around a little bit.
It's like a crane game.
Oh my, I wasn't even playing the game, and I'm just like, come on, touch, come on, cherries,
baby,
touch. yes, Jace. Oh,
yeah,
man, what a game.
It's easy to do. Like it's easy. You just, you know, easy to set up a Japanese eShop account, easy to get a hold of a little 500 yen, you know, eShop card. And, dude, it's great.
This might be the one to do it.
I'm telling you, it is like, I was up until like 2 a.m. last night playing that stupid game. Like I'm, you know, just trying to get 3,000 points. That's all I want to do. That's considered like the mark. Like you've beaten it if you can get 3,000 points.
Yeah.
I've gotten to like 2947 or something.
Oh my
again.
God.
Yeah.
Why are you so good at games?
Right? Oh my gosh. It's hard.
I feel like it's high up on the Japanese eShop as well. Like you
Number
won't even
one.
have to go dig for it. Yeah.
It's all over the place.
No, it's number one. Yeah.
Bring it on over here, Reggie. Come on. What are you doing?
Oh, I think they will. But you know what though? I think that might be a little bit of like the appeal, like the mystique of it, you know, is that it's like
Japanese.
a Japan only. You have to do like legwork to get to it, you know.
Dude,
I think
that brings me back. That was like the good old days. Like, oh, it's Japanese. Like we don't get it here.
Yeah.
It's special.
Right.
Or we'll get in like 3 years for some reason, you know? Like
right.
That really brings me back.
So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Maybe they will. It's been like ridiculous. I think they said it made over 1 million yen like within the first like, you know, it's crazy. So
I just love how quick Sean jumped on it.
Yeah.
But he's not going to play it. You jumped on it so quick. Add it to the list.
Add it to the list. I mean, maybe.
Oh, maybe this is the one.
Maybe this is
at least that one's cheap. At least that one's like I think, you know, conversion to US dollar, it's like $1.67 or something like that US. Like it's nothing.
Yeah,
it's a 200 yen game.
It's more of the setup thing. So, but it's man, I don't know. What am I even doing?
It's great,
life, you guys. I gotta get my tires changed tomorrow. I gotta get an oil change. I got responsibilities.
Oh, I hate it.
I'm not feeling great.
Sick.
I had an ultrasound on my foot yesterday. It's not pregnant, so who knows what's wrong with it.
I'm glad your toe's not pregnant. I am glad your toe's not pregnant. Yeah.
Yep. So, the other thing I was thinking about for the post show, we can pin this as well. I had a bone scan on my foot last week. I could read the results. I have the PDF from the doctor. I could read what it says. I don't know what any of it means.
A very like health charged post show in store for y'all tonight, maybe.
Find out if I have COVID, and you guys can tell me what these medical words mean. So stay tuned for that. Lachlan's like, I'm so glad I'm not here this week. Oh
I'm
my
so
God.
glad. Yeah. Oh, like she would be doing that whole like staring into the camera, just like blankly.
Amanda was doing it already.
Right,
she was.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amanda.
I'm glad you're filling in, Amanda. Yeah.
It's fine. Yep. That's what I'm here
well.
for.
I will, so Lochlith, sadly is not with us tonight, but a game that Lochlith and I have both been playing, found out there's no embargo, so I can talk about it. This game also comes out on Friday. I don't know why they're releasing it on Friday, but it's a very special little indie game called Garden Buddies. And she and I have both been playing it. It's kind of a cozy, imagine like the setup of it is almost Viva Pinata-ish, where like you have like this kind of Zen garden thing, and you have these little like fruit and like vegetable buddies that come into the garden and you make friends with them. It's very wholesome, very cute. But like what struck me about this game is interlaced with all of that, you have these kind of like Pokemon Stadium-esque mini games that kind of like come in throughout like your day in the game. So for example, like there was on day like 2, you meet this bat who comes in and she's like, don't worry, I'm not a fruit bat. She's like, I eat bugs. So what you have to do is catch a bunch of bugs for her in like a little whack-a-mole style game. It's like very Pokemon Stadium kind of vibes. But like what really struck me about this one, the reason I wanted to make sure that I highlighted it, and Lochlith and I were talking about this privately as we were both playing it, is like the game has got a big focus on like self-love and mental health, which is like really cool. Like not only is it cute and wholesome and like fun, but like at the end of your day, the game teaches you how to do breathing meditation. It teaches you how to do box breathing, and like it's so cute and good, and like that I think is such an important, I don't know that I've ever seen a game do that. I'm very passionate about breathing meditation. I've done that for like the past 2 years. It's something I do daily. It literally changed my life. And I'm a huge advocate for meditation. And like to have that game at the end of your day, you have this little cute apple guy named Mutzi, and he just lays in the middle of this like stone box, and it teaches you box meditation, breathing in and then holding and then letting out. And, like it's so, I've never seen that before in a game. And, I just really wanted to commend the very small team. I think it might have been made by like 2 or 3 people, Garden Buddies. So I wanted to, commend them for that. So really cool. And you can also, they've broken up all of those mini games and stuff, including the box breathing, are broken up in their own modes. So if you wanted to, you could just go in to do nothing but the box breathing and just like use that as like a meditation help tool if you wanted to. It's really cool. Yeah, I kind of love it. I think it's important.
That's so cute.
Yeah, important game. So, and I know that Lochlith, really loves it too, and she wanted to talk about it tonight too. So hopefully next week she can give you kind of her thoughts on it, but co-signed. She loves it too. So, yeah.
Next week is Mario Wonder early impressions. By the way, this is happening, y'all. Apparently, Fulia's got it. Like apparently, like it's out there in the wild, outback of Australia. They just like hand it out.
Oh my gosh, don't get me doing the Australian accent.
Dude, I was filtering myself.
You're trying to get on?
Well, that'll just be for me in my mind. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yon 32 is already doing it in the chat with the no. Dude.
A friend of mine was telling me he just got back from Norway. And I'm like, I can't, right? Norway. Went up to the Arctic Circle. Oh, Norway. It was unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh, Norway. Sorry. I love it. Just like, just hanging on those O's, man. I just love it so much. Okay. Yeah, that's all I've been playing, though. Do y'all want to get into some questions? Do y'all want to pin the topic even further and talk about some questions?
Definitely pin it.
Definitely pin it. Speaking of pinning it, and speaking of Fulia, as a matter of fact, we do have a question from Fulia, who came in to say, jumping in late with the question, what pre-order bonuses for Mario Wonder have you seen or heard about that you really want? At my work, we have a special Elephant Mario pin, see?
Nice.
But I heard that we are going to get a squishable Elephant Mario, which I would have preferred. At EB Games, they have a pin set that has 3 of the power-ups as pins. Have y'all seen anything like that? Any cool pre-orders?
Well, I don't know if it was cool, but I was at GameStop last week trading in my socks for a gift card that I then used for the voucher that I then used for Mario Wonder. Did I tell you about this?
Stunning.
They weren't used. They were unused. They just I hadn't decided. Anyways, that's a long story for the post.
What can you all give me for these? Take them off your feet.
Took them to a pawn shop. And so I saw like pre-order bonuses were for the games that were coming up. They got the little advertisements along GameStop. And I'm like, oh, what comes with Mario Wonder? And he's like, I could have sworn he said it's a keychain. I'm like, oh, that sounds great. I'll totally do that. He's like, yeah, but I don't think the keychain's very good. I'm like, so I guess I'm not gonna
great
pre-order
salesman.
from you. Like, he talked me out of it. He actually talked me out of it. So I'm glad Fulia brought it up because I would have forgotten about it. So I think here in Canada, I think it's a keychain that honestly I mostly just allowed him to talk me out of it. Once he decided that that's what he was gonna do, I kind of like let it happen. But as I tell the story now, kind of wish I went for the keychain. I'm not gonna lie.
No, Nintendo UK always gets the best stuff. They get,
It's true.
according to this article, they get the elephant fruit as like a stress ball. That is so cute.
Yeah.
They always, the Pikmin bonuses in the UK, and they had those vases that weren't a bonus, but you could purchase them. I'm moving to the UK. The Nintendo UK gets the best stuff. Let's go.
Let's all go. Let's go.
Andiamo.
Andiamo? What? Like, why did you guys move cross country to the UK or whatever? It's like, well, the Nintendo pre-order bonuses were very good here. Yeah,
They're always better.
Very good.
They were very good. Apparently, Walmart's giving away Super Mario Brothers Wonder trading cards. Like what?
What? Why would you even trade them?
They have holographic ones too.
I just want them. I don't care. I just want them. Target, or Target, as people like to call it. Yeah.
In Canada, Target.
They give you a little. Like the key art in a little shadow box. So that's kind of neat. Yeah, the cards would be my vote. Out of these that we have here in the US, the cards would be mine. GameStop is just giving away a sticker set here. That sucks.
I mean,
stupid.
Yeah,
we could do that.
I can just make it.
We did it. Carpool. We have our own sticker.
We did make it.
Yeah, we actually have a sticker. What are you talking about? Yeah.
It's not hard.
Stickers.
Move over, Nintendo.
I have that at home. Goodness gracious.
I want the UK one. It's so cute. I need a UK buddy.
Oh, we must have UK
we
friends.
You got UK buddies. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a UK buddy in my own Discord who trolls me about this stuff. He's like, look what we got. And I'm like, I know.
That is mean.
We love him, though. It's okay. He does it just,
I'd rather that than people coming on in here telling me I got a bad diet of Costco hot dogs and pop, but like, that's fine. Love you, MoSpankins.
Everything's fine.
Yep.
Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see what the eBay prices on those are. I could be convinced to get myself an Elephant Mario Apple stress ball.
Seriously?
Yeah. I could be convinced. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we got a question here from Brian Eck, who comes in and says, amidst all the hype surrounding the potential of Super Mario Wonder becoming the ultimate 2D Mario game, I'm curious to hear what improvements it could bring compared to the new Super Mario Brothers titles that some people say lack a certain level of creativity and charm. What will be required to elevate Wonder to legendary status, placing it in the same league as other iconic 2D Mario games? I love the way that question was written, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, very flowery, like, poetic, like, kind of... I really liked the way you wrote that question. Yeah.
Like a thesis almost. Like, very good. Yeah.
I liked that.
I want to tackle one of the first questions in there. Like, what does it got to do to be better than the new Super Mario Brothers movie? Very simply, you guys can add on color if you like. It's got to be good, Seth. It's just got to be good, please.
It's a little harsh.
You don't
say.
Harsh.
The new on the U, no good. Not good. Not at
Where
all.
do you fall on that, Amanda? Because this was Sean and I have had our now legendary episode
Timeless.
where Sean and I ranked the 2D Marios. So, like, what are some of your favorite 2D Marios, and how do you feel about the new? Your face is telling me like I have no opinion on that.
I've got so many opinions. I don't know which one to pick.
It's like me and
I
anime.
really don't have. I really don't have too much of an opinion. I think for me, Mario has always been really tough to resonate with because I'm so story driven. And to me, it's like sometimes the story is different, but generally, like even the way I've been looking at Wonder, I'm like, okay, what's the real story here other than like all these fun, different mechanics? I think that's what really sucks me into a game is if there's a story I can follow. So I don't really have too much of an opinion here because I haven't played many of them, which I know I've considered playing Odyssey, and I haven't done that yet. So if I do end up with Wonder, I guess that's what I would be curious to see. But I have a feeling that it won't be the main catch-all of the game. It'll be more so, let's play with these fun mechanics, view Mario and all these other characters in a new light, as opposed to let's focus on this brand new story.
Yeah. No, that's well said. I mean, I am somebody that looks for story in Mario where there is none. So I can very much resonate. I make it up, man. I just implant my own little story and lore into it. Yeah, for me, it's like the world. It's like the escapism. Like, I think that Super Mario Brothers 3. I talked about this recently in the Discord. I don't remember what the context was, but that was the first time, like, I'd played like Zelda games and stuff before Mario 3, but like coming into Super Mario Brothers 3 when I was like a kid, that was the first time I felt like I was truly like escaping into another place. Like, that felt like a world with like these weird enemies, and like Mario can dress up like a raccoon, and it's got this big old world map, and I can actually like talk to people, and there's all these different kings and, secrets and warp whistles and things like this. And like that, to me, I felt like I was going into an entirely other place. And that is what I'm looking for with Wonder. I'm looking for like that sort of transportative, take me to a new place experience. And the fact that it's being set in the Flower Kingdom gives me hope that I'm very hopeful that the Flower Kingdom plus the like wonder effects is going to make this feel very new. And that's what I'm looking for. That will elevate it for me, because the gameplay, they know how to make a Mario game that plays well. They know how to do that, right? So I'm not worried about that.
So that might be grasping at straws here a little bit. But like Mario to me is very much like the Italian language, very bouncy, very kinetic, very rhythmic, very like, so there has to be like this, that when I think of Mario 3 and World, like that might be a silly kind of analogy here, but I think I might be onto something. There's a momentum that happens with Mario 3 and Mario World that's what I'm looking for. When I play like the new Super Mario Brothers, it's levels upon levels upon levels, and none of it is memorable. There's not like there's no kineticism to it. There's nothing like tangible. There's nothing memorable, honestly, to it at all. And I've thought about this a lot because I have to separate when I played Mario 3 and Mario World and all the rest versus the newer style. Like, and of course, I'm an old man, so I played 3 when I was a child. It wasn't after the fact. It was like perfectly timed for me. So that's an inescapable fact, as I played those games at a very kind of formative time in my life. So I've gone back and looked at it, and it's like the music isn't as good. It's not nearly as creative in the new Super Mario Brothers. It's reused like crazy. And there's this wonderful mix of power-ups and levels and worlds, like the themes of all the different worlds, like it all makes sense. So I'm kind of looking for that. Like it has to be more than just, I'll have an appreciation for great level design, I'm sure, but it's unfortunately, like, this is Mario. This is as top tier as it gets. It's got to be better than just great level design. It's got to be something more. And I think I just saw Koji Kondo has some tracks in this, has composed a few musical numbers for Wonder. So I think that gives me a little bit of hope into this. And I think also Nintendo knows the sentiment of what they're trying to separate from. So, I mean, there's that. And then on Friday, we're having our stream, which I'm very excited about, and totally reminds me of like sleepover nights as a kid.
Yes.
Can we beat Mario 3? Can we do these things? And I know people are saying, I could beat Mario 3 in 2 hours. Well, not the first time you played it. Okay. Not the first time. Not when you're 7 years old, not when you're, and you didn't already have the Nintendo Power with all the secrets and everything.
Right.
Which reminds me, the last thing I want to say about this is I want secrets. I want to be like totally wowed when I accidentally find like a secret door, or I think this is going to be a cavern and I'm going to be dying, and I actually am finding like an area below. Like the surprise and delight. I want that, whether it's purposeful through exploration or happenstance, or if it feels like happenstance. That's the Mario experience, and I hope that I'm making myself clear because I'm very excited about Friday.
No, you're right. You're spot on. That's very part and parcel. I think that we're gonna get that like with the wonder effects. Like, I think they're gonna have one of those things in every stage. If not most of them, probably every one of them that like is going to completely change and surprise us. That's a huge part of it for sure. But like, it's funny that you bring up the music, because I think that like the music actually does play a not insignificant role in this too, because like the music in New Super Mario Brothers is pretty uninspired too. It's like it's got the whole like bop bop, like that kind of thing, and it's like got old real quick, but Mario's music is even bouncy. Mario's music follows like the sort of vibe, when you think about it's like bump, 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 it's bouncy.
Yes, it is bouncy. Yeah, like a rolly, like his belly, just like a kind of bouncy little Mario belly. Let's just run around, have a good time.
We're bouncing.
Please. Yeah. Mario, 3D Mario World, amazing music, very Monsters Inc., very jazzy, got a good swing to it. Excellent. You nailed it. Odyssey, great music as well. Like they actually had singing in it for the very first time. Like, I think, to your point, not insignificant. It's an understatement of the episode. Like music and Mario, it's like that is video game music. It's Mario and Tetris. That's what people think of, or at least originally. There's other great examples, of course. So yes, music, give it to me. Oh my gosh. I'm so pumped for Friday, you guys. Holy crap, it's happening.
It's going to be so great. It still doesn't feel real to me, to be
Friday,
honest. Like
New Mario. Thank you, Nintendo.
Yeah. Feels good.
Yeah.
Anyways. It's going to be it's going to be hard for anything to top. Like I hold Super Mario Brothers 3 in an unattainable position in my mind. Like, and you mentioned like all these precious like childhood memories. To be honest with you, I'm not interested in removing myself from that. That means the world to me. I'm like, I come into this with incredible subjectivity, and so be it. Like, I'm not interested in looking at it objectively. I have rose-colored glasses. I have childhood nostalgia and all the rest. That is the closest I will ever come to being 8 years old and sitting on my granny's floor. That's the closest I'll come to that ever again, is playing Mario 3. That's precious to me. You can't take it away. So anyways, Mario Wonder is not going to hit that probably, but maybe it'll get close, and that'll be good enough for me.
2 out of 10. Not enough nostalgia.
Yeah. Not enough nostalgia. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into Cwagmire's question. Question for Sean, since he was left off a lot of questions last week. My main gripe with Wonder is Nintendo has the accessibility options tied to specific characters. I could never get my daughter to play as Nabbit as the easiest option because she wanted to play as Mario. Who can blame her? Nintendo figured it out with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in that you can use any driver kart combo and then choose your accessibility options separately. This is the gold standard, which makes Wonder's options pale by comparison. Do you think this is an issue? What's your take on this? And then Cwagmire came with an edit. This was intended as a bit of a tongue-in-cheek. I would love to hear everyone's answers and not just Sean. So
I love that.
But wanted to include you, Sean, this week.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I definitely don't do enough talking on these podcasts that I'm on. I think, again, beautiffully written question. Like, what is happening out here? People
They're
just,
writing us little short stories.
Sitting by the lamp. And just
I put the call out at like 8 a.m. on a Tuesday, and they're like, I got this.
Oh, that was great.
That was a good crack.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
What do I can't disagree. I think this is perfectly said. I think that they've done it already. They've already nailed it. And this is absolutely walking it back. I think there's a variety of problems with it. Like what does it say about those characters? What does it say about the preference of somebody to play as a different character but actually can't? And the only way to have a no die mode or whatever is linked to those characters. Like, that is disappointing. I will say that there's something simple about what Nintendo is at least attempting to do, which is like, those are the ones, there's no more settings or anything. You just pick those characters and then off you go. So there's that, but it removes the choice. And this is what Nintendo kind of does, honestly. Might be the reasons why we don't get any early access or anything, because we bash them for that
Crap
a little
on
bit. They take away choice, you know, like, and for better or for worse. I can't remember who I was talking to over the weekend about this, but I think you and I, Seth, were on a call with someone talking about the experience you have on, say, like Xbox or PlayStation, and voice chat comes in and people are just berating you. And if you're a child, like, you just like, that's just gaming on those systems. And for better or for worse, Nintendo has made the choice that that's just not going to be part of the experience on Nintendo. And so, like, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if those are exactly the same, but they've made this choice to make it somewhat easy to say these are the characters where it's easy, and everything else, the rest of the characters play the same. Which kind of gets us off into a different tangent as far as those characters all playing the same. Mario plays the same as Toad and Peach and whatever else. But as far as the question goes, I think it's perfectly written, and I completely agree. You should be able to have a no die mode or whatever you want to call it with Mario, Luigi, everybody. So
yeah, how do you come down on that, Amanda?
I mean, I think it's great. I think it's just a lot of options. I think in a lot of the games that I play, honestly, if there's a way to play a little bit easier just to get used to mechanics, I gravitate towards it. But I agree with Shy Guy in the chat saying that he's sad that he can't use Yoshi in normal mode. It's kind of like there's still that little bit of limiting factor. But I think here we see it as there's still many options where, you know, Cwagmire is mentioning that his daughter wants to play as Mario. She doesn't want to play as a side character who she may not know very well.
Who wants to play as Nabbit? I mean, really. Right?
I don't know. He's kind of creepy, to be honest. But
yeah.
So I think it's great. I think it's nice. I would love to see them get to a point where, and maybe there are limitations with Yoshi because there's another mode or something that Yoshi can't do it. But would love to see this across the board in more games, because I think even though we have a lot of the older generation playing these games for things like nostalgia and just, you know, I think gaming itself is growing so rapidly. Are you okay?
I'm just making an old man face.
Being old
right.
users over
old
here.
Man. But I also think, like, now I think gaming is hitting even younger. Like, when I was young, I feel like you started gaming at like 8. And now it's even younger than that. There's like 4-year-olds who are gaming. So I think it just is a great option to make things more accessible. Accessibility is always a huge check mark for me if I'm looking at options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like it's funny because, like, to your point too, Sean, like, this is a choice. Like, they're making the choice to say these are your two, like, characters that can't die. Because what you could do just as easily is, like, whenever you select a character, just like in Mario Kart, you have your options pop up and you just select those. It's like an extra second to, like, select that stuff, you know? Like, I agree with Cwagmire. Like, Mario Kart did it. Like, you've already done it. Like, just do that again. So the fact that they haven't is definitely like an intentional thing. And I don't know if it's because, and this is very, very light spoilers for the Mario movie, but there is a Yoshi kind of relevant thing in the Mario movie. So I don't know if they're trying to maybe endear these characters to kids a little bit more. I don't know if they're trying to, you know, kind of rev up that sort of thing and getting kids kind of endeared to Yoshi before Yoshi potentially appears in some new Mario movie stuff. I don't know. That's kind of tinfoil hat stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's still weird. Like, it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Just let people play who they want to play, you know, especially since you've also got that layer that you mentioned where, like, the characters all control totally the same. Like, it's not a Mario 2 scheme where, you know, Luigi jumps higher and, you know, Toad's very fast and Peach flutters. Like, you don't have that. So, like, you're already kind of, like, making that move to letting people play how they want to play and who they want to play. It's effectively a skin. So, like, why not also, you know, just give us the option to turn on those accessibility, you know.
Because somebody said, nay, Seth, Yoshi must flutter. Yoshi must flutter. And that makes him, or it, like, different. than everybody else.
Yeah.
So automatically Yoshi's in a different category.
And you can also ride on Yoshi's back as well. So it's like Yoshi's in a different, very much in a different category. But yeah, like league. Nabbit. Yeah. Yeah, in a league of his own. I don't know. I truly don't know. But I do agree. And I wish they,
I just want to say one other thing on this. Cwagmire brings up the options in Mario Kart. And I just, like, in my mind, I'm thinking about applying that same logic to a Mario game for kids or for people who want an easier experience. Where, like, what if Mario jumped on his own? Or what if the character you're playing, like, jumped and made the jump? Just right. In the way that Mario Kart automatically accelerates for you, automatically steers for you. And I know for the majority of people who are listening, like, probably haven't even, like, looked at these options. But I can tell you, like, playing with my kids, like, we're not playing Mario Kart without those options. When Ellie, as you mentioned, Amanda, like, Ellie's playing Mario Kart at 3-4 years old, not happening without an auto accelerate, auto steer. Like 0%. So that is a huge piece of at least like our time being spent together, like very, very special. But from a business standpoint, like getting people indoctrinated into Nintendo, like pretty good. Like it's an option that they've done before, could have been done here. And just, I obviously haven't played the game, but I don't agree with the choice. And it could have been better, Nintendo.
Yeah. I agree.
Come on, Reggie.
Come on. Reggie hasn't worked there in years. Come on, Reggie. All right. Well, we got one last question before we get into the meat here. Rybo came in and said, what's your favorite non-video game physical Mario item? Which I thought was a very interesting and specific question. Non-video game physical Mario item. To be honest, like Mario's a video game character after all, so it's kind of hard to think of like non-video game related Mario ephemera. The best thing I can think of, and it's on my shelf over there, I could grab it, is a physical copy that I have of the Super Mario Brothers movie from 1993 on DVD. But I don't know that I have any like non-video game related Mario merch other than that, to be honest. Mario movie stuff, I got these toys behind me, but
I had to grab something off my shelf, and because I'm not wearing pants, I turned off my camera. So just to save you on shorts. But anyways, this is very special.
He's Winnie the Pooh in it.
A little bit. When Bobby Pauls, the Nintendo guru, passed away, his family shared a lot of his possessions with friends and family and stuff. So it sort of like got to, exist across North America and really the world, actually, as far as I know. And so his family sent me this Nintendo World Platinum member memorial, little gold statue of Mario. Yeah. So this, among a few other things back there, belonged to Bobby Pauls, and I get to keep this kind of forever. So easily doesn't even come close. Very wonderful answer to a very specific question from Rybo, but yeah, this is the one, man. Like,
I love that.
Yeah,
can't top that. I'm like, I have the 93 Mario movie on DVD.
I got this thing that reminds me of my friend.
I love that, man. I'm glad.
It's very cool. Very and very meaningful. This could have gone to anyone, right. and so the family did just a great job of sharing his things with all those who are close with him. So very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that. Do you have anything come to mind, man? You got any non-video game Mario merch laying around there?
I'm like, yeah, I've got so much. Oh my god, Mario and I are just like this.
Tight.
I'd have to think on that one. It's funny. So going home in a few weeks. Was it like 2 weeks? I'm gonna go through grab my old. I know, right? I'm gonna go grab my Game Boy because my Game Boy is at my parents' house, and I'll go through some of my gaming stuff. I might discover something. I can't think off the top of my head because everything I had was related to a game that came out. I'm trying to think if there's anything. I might have had some Yoshi thing that was kind of unrelated. Probably not though. But I'll have to look while I'm home. I'm so excited.
We'll pin it.
Get my Game Boy.
Pin it.
That's gonna be great. I can't.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't. We're gonna have to. So little peek behind the curtain, perhaps. We're gonna be together. The three of us are gonna be together in Rome, New York.
Yes.
Extra Life, and we must do some Nintendo Drive while we're there. Like that's just
gonna
happen.
Yeah.
So y'all can look forward to that. Maybe we'll hear about Amanda's childhood findings on the Nintendo Drive when we're in person together.
I just want to say this. I'm not looking for sympathy or anything, but if people are thinking it's hard to get there, look, we're all facing challenges. I'm flying to Toronto. My flights are booked. My trains are booked. I'm going to Edmonton to Toronto, and then going from the airport to the train station, getting on a train for 7.5 hours to Rome, because that's the easiest, shortest, and cheapest way to get there. Okay,
I'm driving across the country.
You're going across the country. Look, I'm not trying to win any sort of like distance Olympics.
No,
or anything.
We're about the same distance, I think. You're far too. I mean, I'm just saying, if Sean and I, if we can do it, you can do it too.
You can do it, and we want to see you there. That's the only reason I bring it up. But I'm so damn excited. Flights, everything's booked. Except for the hotel. I haven't booked my hotel yet, now that I mentioned that. So I need a place to sleep. But other than that.
Anybody got a couch?
Or a tent. I'll take a tent.
Yeah, or a rest stop or something, you know.
Rest stop works too.
Yeah, hang out there.
Might end up on local transit.
Dude, you want to know how ride or die my wife is? My wife is the best.
Yo. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Oh no, like she literally said. She literally said, she's like, if worse comes to worse, like we could get a Planet Fitness membership for the month so that we could use their shower.
That is such a good idea.
And then just sleep in the car. She's like, I'm willing to do that. And I was like, you're the best, man.
That is genius.
So cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
she's the best. Yeah.
I mean, you can live in airports. People have done that too. You could just get behind security and just do the thing. The reason I got excited is Yon32 in the chat says, wait, there's a train from Toronto. Yes, Yon32. And I'm excited to answer this question to you. But of all of our friends in the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, not Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
You can take a train. You can take an Amtrak from Toronto to Rome. And it's...
Come on, buddy.
I'm telling you, man. I'm
see you there.
Business class is $20 more than coach, and you better believe I picked business class. I am stoked. Oh my gosh. And the train is super comfy. It might be 7.5 hours, but that's okay. That's fine. They got internet. Kinda.
Yeah. Get on the train with Sean. Right?
Do it.
And I know everybody's wondering, because I mean, we all are concerned about this. Fear not. At the location that will be, there's a track, so we can get our miles in. So I know everybody in the chat is like,
running
where
track.
am I gonna run?
Yeah.
We can run there. We got it all. So
we're playing on 86-inch TVs, you guys.
Jesus.
It's gonna be crazy, dude.
It's gonna
I can't
be
wait.
crazy.
I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. Some people in the Discord already registered, already signed up. So they're just getting hyped up by this. But there might be like one or two other people who are listening, like, maybe I just make this work. And maybe you do just make this work. Maybe you create some core memories.
Figure it out. Here's the thing.
That's the Extra Life tagline.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Make it work, you know? Here's the thing. Like, I'm a guarantee for this year. I don't know if there's a next year. You know what I mean? Like, take advantage of it, dude. You never know. Who knows? The heat death of the universe could be, could happen before then. So like, do it now while you can, man. Yeah, sleep. I'll just open up my beard, and Sean can just sleep inside of my beard like a tauntaun.
I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
On the outside. Yeah. Okay.
Star Wars. Don't worry about it, Amanda. It's a Star Wars quote.
It's a Star Wars reference, Amanda.
Yeah. Oh, I knew. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's another Star Wars quote. I know.
I think we've answered Ribo's question at this point. Got onto a terabyte extra.
Ribo.
Oh man.
Okay, let's get into our topic. So Hoppel, my friend, this is you can now take the timestamp. Yeah, thank you very much for your service, Hoppel. We appreciate you very much, my friend. This came to us a question from our friend Kevin, the Muffin Mon, who will also be at Extra Life. I can't wait to meet Kevin in person for the first. It's gonna be crazy, so crazy, dude. Kevin says, since all signs point to a Switch successor finally coming next year, in your opinion, what was the best year of the Switch's life cycle? And I have done a little bit of legwork, and I put together a spreadsheet, Sean. A little, skittering legwork. I put together a spreadsheet, and on it, I have done my best. It's probably not perfect. I'm sure I forgot some stuff, whatever. But I did my best to put together a fairly comprehensive list of a breakdown of the first-party like Nintendo exclusives on the Nintendo Switch by year from 2017 through 2023. And I thought what we could do tonight is determine, we could maybe even order these and rank them if you wanted to.
Oh, we sure can.
Yeah. But determine what year was the best year, and how we would rank these years, man. There's a lot to get into here. We've been spoiled.
Can I ask you before we even, and you might not be able to have this detached opinion, but before we look at the details, like off the top of your head, Amanda, like is there a year that comes to mind? We had Joey in here earlier saying 2017 for sure. I have to agree. Like before looking at anything, that's the year it's easiest to remember because it was first with the Switch, and obviously Botwa came out, and ARMS, of course, right. and 1-2 Switch, Snipper Clips, Snake Pass, or whatever it was called. Is that what it's called? Snake Pass? Snake Trap?
Although I tried with my spreadsheet, I tried to keep it to like first party or Nintendo published things.
Because silly. Those are not the notable titles from 2017.
No, but you're right though, because there are like some very notable indie games and stuff like this that did make their way over to Switch, like, and kind of established it as like the indie machine, right? So that's a big part of it. I didn't, notate it in my spreadsheet, but you're right. That's a big part of it.
So 2017 jumps out to me, and now I'm interested to see like what was 2018, like because obviously they kept going, it kept being really great year after year. So just a thought before I look into this into detail. 2017 is my answer now. I wonder if we'll find out differently through this process.
Is there a year that jumps out at you, Amanda, that you're thinking off the top of your head before we get into it?
So I should preface this with, I didn't get my first Switch until 2020. That's when they were just available. Actually, no, that's a false statement. They were actually not available during that time. So I got my Switch Lite in 2020 for my birthday. So I was a little behind the train here. But honestly, it's weird because I played so much Animal Crossing in 2020.
There it is. Yep.
But I don't know if that's my best year because now as a gamer, I've changed, I feel like, and my preferences have changed. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm stuck between 2022 and 2023, which I was kind of hoping I would have more of an opinion for something earlier. But that's kind of where I'm stuck because I think that that's when I really found my love for different genres and different games. So right now, I'm saying I'd probably lean more into maybe 2022.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. What stands out from that answer? What's the
good answer?
Good answer.
Well, I played Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which we all know.
Why did I ask?
Giving it back to GameStop.
That's a good game.
I thought you would appreciate that. I gave it back.
I'm just kidding. It's a good game.
It's now in the hands of a GameStop employee.
They're selling it as new.
I also played Kirby's Dream Buffet.
Let's go.
Which another title Sean loves.
Looking pretty good.
I played that game for like 40 hours, you guys. I played like a lot of that game, actually. Yeah.
No
and
excuse.
Then
also, I mean, doesn't really deserve all the highlight, but Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, that was the first game that my brother and I bought the duo, and we split and played on the first day together because I bought it for his birthday. So, but now reading all that, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's 2023, but that's kind of where I'm stuck. My initial thought is to say 2022, but 2023 is a close second.
Yeah, it's weird for me because you're right, Sean. Like putting this together, I don't think I can come at this with no bias because I like it's not even that I know, but like my opinion has kind of been formed already. So we'll get into it. Maybe the best course of action here is to just break down some of these years and titles. And again, this is probably not going to be a complete thing. Don't at me. It's fine. I've probably forgotten one or two things. We can add them in if something gets called out, but so if your favorite game does not appear here on my spreadsheet, don't be upset.
Feed the algorithm and put a comment below. Right. Let us know.
What I forgot.
We get lots of comments. That's the other thing I need to remember for next week. We get lots of great comments on the YouTube channel. After we obviously do this live every single week, lots of people come in afterwards, watch the VOD. We appreciate you. Want to find a way to bring you into the show. I see you.
I see you.
Mm-hmm. I see you, Hoppel.
Yeah,
stamping that time. Mm-hmm.
That's you're very appreciated for that, Hoppel, because God knows how long it takes us sometimes to get to the main topic of the show. Okay, so for 2017, the games that I have here, this is the launch year of the Switch. The Switch, of course, released March 3rd, 2017. The games I have here are, of course, 1-2 Switch.
Yes, of course.
Classic. ARMS, Bowsah, Fire Emblem Warriors, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Pokken Tournament DX, Snipper Clips, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 as the sort of like Nintendo published exclusives here. So pretty good, pretty strong. I think that a lot of people like really latch on to that 1-2 punch of like Bowsah and Mario Odyssey. Yeah. Which is fair, and I think that something like Kingdom Battle was really great. Of course, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a juggernaut. It's still the best-selling game on the system by far. It's become like a whole thing. So, you know, like I get why people lean on 2017. Again, this is not including like indie games and stuff like this. So you also got to think of, you know, you got your Fast RMX that was there at launch. Shovel Knight was there at launch, right? So like there was other sort of factors, but in terms of Nintendo's like exclusive first party output, this is an impressive list. It's a good list.
I dare say that Nintendo rewrote the how to launch a console book. This is it. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Like and for that reason, I feel like it's going to be difficult to top that. And when we look at the following years, because it's like it's hard for me to separate. Not only was this a great year of games, but it set Nintendo on it totally erased the memory of Wii U from people's memories. Like you try to explain for those of us who were there in the Wii U days, the dark days.
We were in the desert,
podcasting like us about Nintendo in the Wii U days. Oh my gosh! Thank God the 3DS was around to save us. Which there is even 3DS games happening in 2017 because
for sure
didn't really know that the Switch was going to do this well. But to me, I'm trying to make sure that I kind of account for this. Like it's the list of games, yes, but also that erasure of the Wii U, and also like just launching the Switch into the stratosphere. Everybody's getting one of these things. To your point, Amanda, very, very difficult to find one. Like reminiscent of the Wii days, which we thought were way past us. We never thought we would see a console launch like the Wii, and here we were back again. Couldn't find one, not due to like supply demand. Or supply chain and demand stuff that happened with COVID. This was just pure, you know, pre-COVID. Everybody could just go out and buy one, and they did because this is as kind of as good as it gets. It's dare I say, even the best Splatoon available was launched on this year. It's so good.
It's a thing, man. Another thing that like really can't be overstated about 2017, like as a Nintendo fan, it was nice to like feel like you were a winner for a change, you know, yeah. like there that we like the Wii U, like 2016, like that's a bleak, like dude, I remember like the biggest stuff that was coming out was like Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix and like Kirby Planet Robobot, I think was maybe that year, but like it was a desert, like there was nothing coming out, and like now we get now we get a new game like every month, but like back then it was not like that, dude. And even like, you know, my experience being a fan of the Wii, like I got made fun of so much for like being a Wii fan, and still kind of do sometimes. But like, you know, like it felt good to feel like I was like my patience like was rewarded or something. Like finally I'm in the, finally I'm one of the cool kids. It's my time.
Man. So good. Yeah, no, I played the Wii this year. I'm with you, Seth. I played the last story all the way up until the end. Didn't finish.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a great list. Yon32 in the chat shouts out Mario Kart Deluxe, of course. You know, it's like
it does count. Yeah.
The reason I talk about like this is the how to do it is it was like on a monthly basis. It was Bowsah, it was ARMS, it was Splatoon, it was Mario Kart. I'm mixing those up just a little bit, but Bowsah is now a thing.
Dude, Amanda hates it so much, and I love it.
It sounds like a disease.
Oh, I thought it sounds like a food.
I came down with Bowsah.
I got that Bowsah. Like, no. Anyhow.
Pretty good. 2017 pretty dang good.
Good
to the
year.
point where people kind of even overrated Mario Odyssey, I would say. Like Switch was on such a high that year that people are like, if you're to say like a Nintendo dad giving Odyssey 11 out of 10, you know, that's the thing that happened.
Sean, Mario Odyssey is a very good game.
It's very good.
Yeah.
But it's 11. I mean, I know they're joking around.
Very good. I think I would get like it's still.
This one's
up
gonna be
there.
tough to beat. This one's gonna be tough to beat as we go.
Like
through.
it is my favorite 3D Mario game. Like it's still up there. It is excellent. So yeah, it's a tough one to beat.
Unrelated to Switch, I just saw here I've got a cool page on Nintendo.fandom.com, which reminds me that in 2017, Super Mario Run came out on Android.
Of course.
So shout out to Super Mario Run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How could we? The B tier Mario game that Sean and I both think is better than average.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. And you know it was funny too. There's a great series of interviews that came out actually earlier today, like developer interviews about Mario Wonder, and they did sort of discount the existence of Mario Run. They're like, yeah, there hasn't been a new mainline Mario game since New Super Mario Brothers U. It's like, what, Mario Run wasn't considered like a new Mario game? Okay, you know.
One of my top played games this year. I'm just saying,
it's good.
Playing that game like a lot.
It's a B tier Mario. It's a better than average game, I would say. Mm-hmm. Okay, so going into 2018
is the one to beat for me so far. That's
for sure.
Default number one.
Yeah, it's the one to beat.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
2018, we got a lot of ports in 2018. So Captain Toad Treasure Tracker came over with Mario Odyssey DLC included, as a matter of fact. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which this port of Tropical Freeze is the last time we got any Donkey Kong Country anything.
That's crazy. Holy cow.
Wild.
Yeah. Sucks. And Tropical Freeze itself came out in 2014, so we're creeping up on it being 10 years between Donkey Kong Country games. So we got that with the funky mode, of course. The new funky mode was added. We got a port of Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, which was Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U. We were doing a lot of this. We were doing a lot of let's bring the Wii U stuff because nobody played the Wii U. Let's bring that over to Switch. So we got Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, Kirby Star Allies. So we got our first new Kirby game on the Switch. That game is not good. Mario Tennis Aces, which got there, but it's still kind of mid. Nintendo Labo was in 2018. Remember Labo? We had that. Nintendo Labo happened. Octopath Traveler, which, you know, the first one was a big like Switch exclusive at the time. Our first Pokemon game on Switch technically was Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Super Mario Party. And then for me, the big one, Smash Ultimate, is 2018. And then we got the big DLC for Xenoblade 2, Torna of the Golden Country in 2018 as well. So not as good as 2017.
Not as heavy hitting, but still pretty. Dude, Smash is worth like 3 or 4 other games. Like if that's a way of thinking about it, you know, that's a big one. Yeah. So second place so far.
Get your pen out.
I am right. So the note that I've written down is as I'm thinking about this, like the games are one thing, but also NSO came around, and certainly in waves and stages as well. That I don't know is going to pop up on any list here. So if there's any fact checkers in the chat that can help us out with that, that'd be very cool. Like when was 64 added? When was
that's a good
Genesis
point.
And all that kind of stuff? Like I feel like that's part of the whole kind of experience here.
Let me look this up because you're right. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about it until now. So I just kind of you know how my mind goes, or maybe you don't.
No,
I don't even know if I do.
Yeah, who knows? But you're right. Like because that is a big that is a big part of it. I googled Nintendo Switch Online waves and I got Wave Race 64.
Yes, like when was that? That was a good year. That was like 2020.
Good year, good answer.
Good year. Yeah, 2020 or 2021, somewhere in there.
So I just want to see like the when the actual apps launched is what I'm looking for, but I'm not able to find it easily.
Because Kato and I wanted it for years and years, and Ryan Turford said it wasn't going to happen because of some Kawasaki agreement that wasn't a real thing. So we've got Wave Race, so that's great.
I'll continue looking for that. I can't find like a good.
No, I don't mean to totally derail.
You're right though. That should be considered.
Of it. Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
I play a bunch of the Switch Online stuff. I love that that's a thing.
It's great. It's great. 2019 for me is where we start to we're cooking with some grease here. 2019 we're cooking here. Astral Chain,
good start. Mm-hmm.
big game. Box Boy and Box Girl, big game for me. I love that game.
Seth's games.
Yeah, Cadence of Hyrule, which is a huge deal. That's Nintendo working with an independent game developer.
Yep.
For like really the first time, like they let the Crypt of the Necrodancer people make a Zelda game. That's wild, and it's great. Daemon Ex Machina, which, it's fine. Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I'm not sure I'm allowed to say mid.
Mid. No, you can say mid. Okay. Yeah.
Fire Emblem, let's go.
Three Houses.
Yes, just as memorable as it was to leave Ingrid left to die. Oh, shout out to Half Thumb in the chat, dude. Had some like Halloween decorations, a bunch of tombstones set up, and then edited them to show all the games that I've abandoned.
So good.
All the things that I've abandoned this year. One of them was The Last Story.
Iconic.
Another one was Ingrid. Tears of the Kingdom, I think, was another one. So, man,
Psych Detective. Shout outs to Psych Detective in the chat who comes in saying NSO launched on September 18th, 2018 with 20 NES games. So that should be factored in.
Yes.
Yeah, big thanks to Psych Detective for that. So NSO launches, and then Super Nintendo came in on September 5th. It's the day after my birthday, where they added the SNES.
That's pretty big. Holy
that's big.
2019 was already looking pretty good with what you've said here. Man, thank you, Psych Detective. This is awesome.
This is great. Yeah, so this is these are factored. I'm adding them to my notes. So we had Fire Emblem Three Houses. The Link's Awakening remake was in 2019. Huge.
Oh my gosh, yes, so good.
Okay, we had that. Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3, the best one of the series for my money.
Yeah.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
So good. What a
Underrated.
great game. Underrated for sure.
Your favorite, Sean, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
What a
came out.
Absolute garbage truck. Oh, what a terrible game.
Pokemon Sword and Shield, Generation 8, the first like new generation of Pokemon, making its way to Switch. We also got both DLC expansions that year for it as well. Pokemon's first like big DLC foray. We got Ring Fit Adventure.
Let's go.
Which is great. Fun fact about Ring Fit Adventure, this was funny. That was the like best-selling new RPG IP since Kingdom Hearts when that came out.
I love that.
Which is like just a great. It sold like 15 million units or something like that. It's crazy.
Even close.
It's crazy. Super Kirby Clash. Okay. Super Mario Maker 2.
Yes,
Mario
very
Maker
good.
2.
Very good.
Yeah. And then we got Yoshi's Crafted World, which also came over. What did I skip over? What did I miss?
Keep going. Well, you might still have it there, but I'm going in alphabetical order over here.
Oh, okay, I don't know. And then I added the the NSO note. What did I miss? What did I skip over?
My game of maybe the generation. Tetris 99 came out in 2019.
Oh, let's go.
2019 is a banger year, you guys. Like that is really, really good. And it might only be because it's up against like an almost impossible standard with the 2017 year that I established. Like 2019 is amazing. For me, of everything that you just talked about, like the Super Nintendo, for me, those are the games that I can go back to forever. NES are cool. It's more of like a reminder of older times, but Super Nintendo games are just as playable now as they were back then. Tetris 99, just as active and vibrant as it was when it launched. Super Mario Maker 2 is excellent, and you owe it to yourself to play. What the heck was that called? Super Mario 5, I think it was called.
35?
No, like some dude out there, a creator of Super Mario Maker 2. Metroid Mike, thank you. Made Super Mario 5. It's excellent, and you owe it to yourself. If you have Mario Maker 2 and you just like need to blow off the dust off of it, there's a very special collection of levels because Mario Maker 2 implemented worlds. It wasn't just like a bunch of levels. Like you could create your own overworlds and things like that. And it is totally amazing. Ultimate Alliance, amazing. Mario Sonic at the Olympics, Tokyo 2020, decent at best. But other than that, dude, I'll even give a shout out to definitely shout out to Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like this is a rock solid year, I would say. Very good.
Very good year.
Yeah, making a comeback 2019.
Making a comeback. 29, like that's the thing. Like I look at all of that laid out and like, yeah, I understand it doesn't have a Botwa or a Super Mario Odyssey and it doesn't have like all
That is what keeps it. That's exactly it. That's what keeps it from number one.
Yeah. But solid number 2.
Solid
for
number
sure.
2. Definitely not a running number 2. Just a solid number 2. Spook joke.
Why did it auto-corrected? I tried to add N64 and Genesis, and it auto-corrected to Genesi. What is that? Genessi. Is that like a alcohol
like
brand?
It's almost like the dinosaur that swims in the water in Mario, the Nessie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Plussy.
Yeah, Plussy?
Oh. Yep, Plussy.
Should I make note of how you're ranking these? Like at the
if you want
here?
To. That's probably a good idea.
I am. I got.
Okay, Sean's got the iPad.
Yeah, I'm writing. Mm-hmm. But please, Amanda. Yeah, no, you're probably doing a better job than me. This is all scribbles over here.
So wait, is that true, Psych Detective? GB and GBA were this year? I thought it was last year.
Should have been 2022.
Must have been 2022, right?
No way.
No.
What?
No way.
Why?
I thought that was September of last year. I could be wrong.
Maybe it was announced then.
Time is a construct. I don't know.
We'll double check.
Yeah, we'll double check. 2020, we've got Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Of course, that's the big one, right? Mm-hmm. Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics, underrated game. My wife and I still play it. We still play it. We play the Yahtzee on that all the time. Yacht dice, they call it.
It's good. Actually, it's great if you are playing with 2 people. That's actually where it's perfect. I thought it was going to be like a thing we could play with a bunch of people. And as you add players to the game, you go from 2 to 3 to 4. Your selection gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Wow, so sure enough. It was this February.
GBA was February. That is wild.
Holy crap.
Good job, Psych Detective.
Good job. Yeah. That's crazy. That feels like an eternity ago to me. Like if you had told me it was 2021, I would have believed you.
Totally. Same here.
Yeah. So anyways, we had that. We had Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I wanted to put this one in here because this is a fun call. I remember Jump Rope Challenge. Y'all remember that?
No.
So Nintendo, it was like one of these things where like a couple of Nintendo designers made this little game where you just play jump rope with this little like bunny rabbit with your Joy-Con. And they released it to like, it was like a fun little thing to keep people in shape when we were in quarantine for the pandemic. It was a cute little thing, a little bunny rabbit. Jump Rope Challenge. Yeah, it sure has been a long year, Jordan. We got Kirby Fighters 2 that year. We got Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Paper Mario the Origami King. Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. A couple of ones that Sean loves. Mario 3D All-Stars.
Let's go.
Mario 35. Both of which have since been delisted. We have Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE.
Very good game. Underrated one. Mm-hmm.
Underrated. And then we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
That's the one.
Which is great. Yeah.
Okay, but seriously, like anyone, I just want to take a quick pause if that's okay, because I'm finding myself kind of like, and I look, there's a corner I'm going to turn here, but when you list off those games, I'm kind of like underwhelmed, and then I just need to like check myself and go, that's a great list of games. That all happened in 1 year. That's actually crazy. That's actually amazing. And Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition was where I came on board with the series. Like maybe a lot of people, but like I didn't even know it existed, dude. I remember they like revealed this, the trailer and talked about the premise of it. I'm like, what is this? How have I missed this? Definitive. Like this was on the Wii. How is this possible?
Crazy that it was on the Wii.
Very, very good game. RPGs like crazy here. Between those last there's 3 here really that jump out to me. Xenoblade Tokyo Mirage Sessions and a little bit of Pokemon in there. Or Paper Mario. That's the other one I was looking at.
Paper Mario. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, holy cow!
Big year. So here's my and I'm sure Amanda, your head is in the same place, because Animal Crossing is so big and so meaningful and might be, in terms of Nintendo releases, might be in the top like 5 at least most important releases, like the most well-timed video game release probably in video game history. That game dropped when it did, and like meant so much to all of us, like in the pandemic. Like, man, like it almost to me carries like the entire year. Like the other stuff is good. There's some good stuff, but like New Horizons was just so impactful when that came out. and like it turned people into gamers. I mean, to your point, Amanda, like that's what brought a lot of people into the Nintendo Switch. Like it should not be, understated how important that game is.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, no, I totally agree. I think between 2020 and 2021, it was just what was dominating everything.
absolutely.
I mean, anything you Googled on or went on YouTube to watch, like something Animal Crossing was related. And I think that was the year we found that everybody wanted to be a content creator. And so many people found passions for YouTube and Twitch and just making content. And it was just so, I mean, I'm not going to be this way, but it was around my birthday. So I was like, okay, this is the best birthday ever. I'll take it. But it like so many of my friends at the time, I mean, she's still my best friend, but I don't work with her anymore. But my best friend, Brittany, that I worked with, she out of nowhere was like, I'm playing this game, Animal Crossing. I'm into it. I bought a Switch. I bought this. I bought that. I think it was just like, it like opened the world for the cozy community.
Yes.
It was like all of a sudden everybody can game. I think that was like it. Everyone needed a place to escape to, and it was a perfect place to escape. And everybody was like, oh, gaming is great. This is gaming. Gaming is great. And they were just cranking out content, cranking it out. It was just like this thing was alive. It was alive and well. And it, obviously nowadays there's not much
nothing gold can stay, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think it carried 2020, to be honest. And that's coming from somebody who doesn't play a lot of these other games, but it was, in my mind, one of the most prominent ones of this list.
My God. I mean, like, it's so huge. Like, I love everything you said about the way it encouraged people into this kind of world and the content creation space. Certainly. I mean, like, that is what got Locklith into content creation. If it wasn't for that game, we might not, like, be friends with her and know her and have her on the show, It's a huge, huge deal. And like, Psych Detective in the chat brought up Animal Talking. We saw, like, which was an Animal Crossing talk show that Gary Whitta hosted, and it was great. And like Elijah Wood is like going to people's islands, and like it's, Joe Biden had like a little like campaign island in Animal Crossing. It's like crazy the reach that this game had. So
Nemo,
that alone propels it for me.
From someone who works in the space, like from a marketing perspective, so many brands were in there. I couldn't believe how many brands were like, oh, we have an island in Animal Crossing. It was like, it was almost the first step into like metaverse stuff, kind of, even though it's not really metaverse. They were like, hey, come visit our store in Animal Crossing. You can't really, purchase things like you can in the metaverse, but it was just like, wait, brands are in this now? Wait, people like Puma making shoes.
Hellman's Mayo has an island? Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild. So
crazy, man. So like for me personally, like that game almost by itself has it at number 2 for me. Like I personally would throw it above 2019 just from the strength of what that year means to, like all the other games are good, but Animal Crossing New Horizons is so strong that I think it almost beats out a lot of this other stuff for me. So
I would agree.
It's tough to argue. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. It's like tough to argue with all that stuff. It is a massive game. I didn't play it very much. I will say 2020 was a pivotal year in a lot of ways.
Right.
Because Bobby Pauls was playing the mess out of this, and
huge
him and chat, like we were doing it for Nintendo and podcast for years before this. And in 2019, it was like, well, Animal Crossing better hit, or he was saying like maybe he'd walk away from content creation. And it hit, and he loved it. That guy was playing Animal Crossing like nobody's business. He got his Japanese account, his Australian account, whatever he needed to do to get that extra 30 hours into the game. I remember him guessing on other people's podcasts and be like, oh, yeah, I'm just getting started with my island. He's like, let me tell you all the things you need to know about trees in this game. Like, what? You got the secrets, you got tips up in here. And dude, he played that until literally the moment he wasn't able to anymore. Right. So very special, very like that moment was you're right. It was huge. And a lot of what we kind of benefit from with Carpool Gaming here came out of Bobby's days and his dedication to that community. And, lots of people we know, Kato, 100,000 subs on YouTube coming out of Animal Crossing. So my personal experience with it wasn't to have been playing it a whole
Sure.
heck of a lot. And in fact, a lot of 2020 was podcasting with Bobby, who was obsessed with this game, and I wasn't like at all. So that was an interesting time to reflect back on. But yeah, it can't be understated just how massive New Horizons was. And actually in this household, it still is. My kids are playing it maybe right now, but definitely almost on a daily basis. Like they're visiting each other's islands, and yeah, it
like carries this damn year. Like, I mean, it's just like the rest of it's great. There's some good stuff littered in there. It was, of course, the 35th anniversary of Mario. It was interesting to see Nintendo kind of pivot to, like, there was a time between sort of like August and like October where like every other week we were getting a mini Nintendo Direct. Like we were getting like little tiny mini ones. And so I don't know. It was a weird year, but it was interesting to see Nintendo, like to see how Nintendo reacts to that year. Right.
Bobby used to host like Deal or No Deal on his island. He would have somebody like come on over, and they'd have like the suitcases and everything. Like it was incredible. So yeah, shout out to Animal Crossing, man.
What a game.
Yeah. Pretty big.
What a damn game.
Still third place. 2020.
It's good, man.
Not on our list.
Pretty good.
So 2021. This is a strong, list of games here. We've got Bravely Default, or Default if you like, 2. Game Builder Garage, which I felt like that game kind of needed a bigger moment than it got. That was a cool idea.
Cool idea.
We had Mario Golf Super Rush. Blech.
Yeah, this might be like a negative score if that's a thing.
Yeah, take a point away.
Yeah.
Or for Mario Party Superstars. Mario Party, great game. Great game. Oh, Metroid Dread, crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yep.
We got Miitopia. You know,
underrated, pretty good.
Fun, underrated 3DS port. Monster Hunter Rise, which is great. Monster Hunter Stories 2, also great. Both exclusives at the time, not anymore. New Pokemon Snap, which, like, unbelievable. We never thought we were going to get another Pokemon Snap, and it was excellent. No More Heroes 3, which was my personal, favorite game of that year. Pac-Man 99 came out that year. Now just recently shuttered in favor of, what is that stupid title of that? It's like Pac-Man Mega Tunnel Battle Chomp Champs or whatever is the new Pac-Man game coming out.
Did not
Horrible
know
title.
that.
Yeah. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Shin Megami Tensei 5 finally came out after being announced before the Switch even came out. Finally released in 2021. Skyward Sword HD, reclaiming that game in the annals of history. Now everybody loves Skyward Sword. Mario, right. Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, bringing over one of the best Mario games with a fantastic expansion. And WarioWare Get It Together, which is the first WarioWare that we had since the DS and the Wii. So, it was, and WarioWare Gold, but that was kind of like a, collection sort of thing. But this was a strong year. Definitely a strong year.
Also, I mean, it's not like it could kind of be its own game, but just to mention also in 2021, in terms of Animal Crossing, that's when we got the big old 2.0 and Happy Home Paradise DLC.
Yep.
So,
big deal.
Big deal.
Yeah. I don't know, for me personally, I don't know if it should not be understated, like, how big Metroid Dread was. Like, the fact that we got like Metroid 5 and it was like a 2D, like, and it was like the long rumored, like, Metroid Dread had been in the nerdy Nintendo, forum. People have been whispering about it. They made like allusions to it in Prime, and we never saw it come to fruition. And here it was, and it was coming out like 3 months after they revealed it. Metroid Dread was a massive, massive deal, but yeah.
Very nostalgia driven kind of year here, actually.
Yeah.
Big Brain Academy, definitely like a throwback to the olden days for sure. Mario Party Superstars, of course. But yeah, Metroid Dread is in there. Like, this is very much a me kind of year. When I look at this list of games, especially the bottom 3, this is a Sean year. Mario 3D World, Skyward Sword HD, WarioWare. Like, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Amazing. And I don't just say it just to be silly with WarioWare. I still play it to this day. My kids and I were playing all the way up until the next WarioWare, which comes just in a couple of months here. 2021 is very, very strong for me. And I'm keeping track here off to the side of what my rankings are. People are not going to be stoked with me, but this one's pretty high up there.
even with Mario Golf, can't take away too much of the shine.
Dude, I totally ignore it. But
where are you thinking with this one, Amanda? Where are you kind of falling on this?
So I'm trying to look it up because I can't remember which one it was, if it was Rides or Stories 2. But during this year, or that year, 2021, I was very into watching. Okay, it was Monster Hunter Stories 2. I almost got this game. I was so into. I was watching so many creators play it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this series looks great! Like this is so cool." And I regret not getting it, but I followed a content creator play it from start all the way to finish, and I thought that was a huge title for that year. I was like, "This is like." For someone who doesn't play that at all, I was like, "You've got me hooked." Like the art style is very cute. The story was great. A really good, for me, like. I don't know, I guess an intro into Monster Hunter because I never played in any of the series. But
go steal those eggs from those mama dinosaurs. Just go steal those babies.
So, I mean, I don't know if it trumped. Maybe it does trump 20. No, I don't think with Animal Crossing releasing, I don't think it's as big as 2020. But with the DLC, Happy Home Paradise, and for me, Monster Hunter Stories 2. It's a pretty good year.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Good year. Okay, so now we're getting to the point where it's just this is just last year.
Just recent memory.
At this point. Yeah. And I have to add a couple of things by the way, this is just the brain rot that I have. This was almost entirely from memory when I put this together. So just so y'all know the brain rot that I have. So I'm coming up, we're putting some of this stuff together on the spot. So last year, 2022, we got Bayonetta 3. We got Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, fantastic game. Kirby's Dream Buffet, which as I mentioned earlier, I played like 40 hours of. We got Live Alive, which was, now it's on other stuff, but Live Alive at the time was a big Switch exclusive. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Mario Strikers Battle League, which feels like it came out 5 years ago, but it came out just last year, believe it or not. Nintendo Switch Sports, which I feel like should have made a bigger splash than it did.
Agreed. Extra Life. Yeah, I'll bring it. Agree.
Oh, let's go.
Play it Extra Life.
Yeah, we should play it. Yeah. Pokemon Legends Arceus and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet in the same year, very controversially. We got Splatoon 3 last year. Triangle Strategy. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And this is when the NSO added N64 and Genesis, which is massive. This is a big year.
That's a
pretty big year.
It's funny because I'm looking at a list that doesn't have nearly as many titles. Like, it actually starts to get smaller and smaller. I think as COVID kind of hit, it just kind of slowed things down. But it seems like every one of those is a pretty big deal. Advance Wars, Bayo, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, Kirby.
Well, Advance Wars ended up coming out this year. Yeah, it got delayed.
Oh, that's weird that it's listed. What is this fandom.com? Come on, man.
Oh, fandom. Get with it, fandom.
You're right. Project Triangle Strategy up in here. Yes, Live Alive, says Yarden.
Yeah.
Very strong 2022.
Good year.
I don't know how to do this, dude. Like, can I tell you right now, like, I thought I could handle like 3 years and go gold, silver, bronze. I'm completely lost at this stage. I don't know how to rank these things anymore.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's a tough one.
There's some good bangers in here. And again, I'm thinking that this through the lens of somebody who, initially got the Switch because of Animal Crossing, but I also got Forgotten Land, Buffet. Didn't get Switch Sports, but we got it at work. Arceus, I watched so many people play Arceus, and then I bought Scarlet Violet. I think that's it from this list. I think so. But like Sparks of Hope was, heavily talked about. I know that with the people I watch on YouTube, it didn't hit as hard as people thought it would, but I thought it was great. I was like, this is so unique and different, like a totally different. I mean, I played Rabbids on my PS2, so I'm just like, this is kind of cool, like collision of two worlds. So,
yeah, great strong game. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got that one in the mix, and now we come to this year. And I'll just tip my cap a little bit. I think this year, for me, might take it. Because this is, like, I made the thumbnail, for those who don't watch the show on YouTube. First of all, you should. But the thumbnail I made for this one, I kind of crammed as many of these as I could into the thumbnail. And it just struck me in that moment how insane this year is. For like, just intense. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp finally came out. Of course, it was delayed out of 2022 due to the conflict in Ukraine. They delayed it indefinitely. It finally released this year. Bayonetta Origins, Cereza, and the Lost Demon. I didn't really care for either one of those games, but they're both, big deals.
New and cool, though. Like, that was very, like, I'll give it kudos for that, for sure.
Totally. And got people interested in Bayonetta that, like, normally, wouldn't be. Detective Pikachu Returns, which just came out, and I still haven't played it. Disney Illusion Island, which is a Switch exclusive. Like, huge deal. And that game's great. And people are totally sleeping on it. Everybody Wants to Switch, of course. Game of the year.
Okay.
And Fire Emblem Engage.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now you got me. Now we're starting.
I'm going to lose you again because we got Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Okay. Still Fire Emblem. Okay. Still thinking about it.
Master Detective Archives Rain Code.
Don't know what that is.
That's a Ryan Turford game.
Sounds good.
Turford game.
Yeah. Okay.
Metroid Prime Remastered.
Now let's go.
Okay.
Bought it day one, played it for 6 minutes, and then dropped it like a dirty shirt for no other reason. Dude, that's one. I just want to halt you on this one for a quick second because that's one that they shadow dropped. We might remember on a Nintendo Direct. It's available today, and I pushed over things to get out of the way. I gotta buy this game, and I bought them. Like, I did the thing. I was manipulated so hard by Nintendo. Like, I didn't give it a single logical thought. Do I need this game? Am I gonna play it anytime soon? Like, anything. It was like, it's available now. I'm like, stop the presses. Like, get out of my way. I need to buy this thing. And I played them. Like, dude, I'm playing whatever else I was playing at the time. Like, I wasn't gonna be jumping into that. So good times for that one. They got me big time. So
that was big. Pikmin 4, fantastic game, best of the series in my opinion. Amanda, I know you're a big Pikmin 4 fan as well. Two games that we have not played yet: Super Mario Brothers Wonder and Super Mario RPG, both poised for big things. I think. Tears of the Kingdom, maybe for my money, the best game Nintendo's ever made. Yeah, the good old Hotkey. Came out this year, of course.
I don't know why it's a key, but
Stop.
The forthcoming WarioWare Move It, as Sean mentioned earlier. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed DLC, which tied up everything in the Xenoblade Chronicles trilogy. Of course, we got F-Zero 99 this year, which is, maybe for me, the best of the 99 games. I think it's just great. And apparently we learned today that NSO added Game Boy and Game Boy Advance this year, which is massive. Like, for me, looking at the totality of this in terms of like the quality and the impact of these games, I think it's a stronger lineup than 2017. It is a huge lineup that is fully 18 items I just listed off for this year.
I think that's the only way that my mind can kind of handle this, is like pitting this up against whatever the other one would be. Right. Because and in my mind, I think it is 2017. I'm looking through this list. Like, we had great years, and there's certainly arguments that could be made on ranking 1 through whatever it is, 6 or 7. I can't count. But I think that's how this works for me. It's 2023 versus 2017. And this is where, like, people need to know that I'm not trying to say one is 0 out of 10 garbage compared to the other. We're talking about 1 versus 2, and it's so close it's not even funny. I still think I might give the edge to 2017. Just seemed like, maybe I might be misremembering, but it seemed like the cadence was just like month after month after month. It was almost like the old days of waiting for your magazine subscription to come in. Your monthly issue of Nintendo Power was coming,
dude. They have maintained that pace for most of the Switch's life. Like, wild. It's crazy. Like, we live in a very special time.
It's because you don't have the 3DS anymore. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. We often forget this too. Nintendo forever has been supporting 2 totally separate platforms. DS, 3DS, as well as the console and everything. And then they just go to Switch and they all come together. So the output is just like, it's like putting your thumb over the old garden hose, just the pressure is just like.
That's right. Building up the pressure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can top 2017 though, for me.
It's tough. It's a tough one. What are you thinking, Amanda, for your ranking?
I love 2023. I think 2023 is great. I also, and maybe this is a bold statement, I think it's Nintendo's most, I want to say creative, but I don't think creative is the right word. This is where they've pushed the boundaries the most with some game titles. Like, I mean, I know Breath of the Wild was like huge, but like Tears of the Kingdom had very creative aspects to it. Pikmin 4, totally different, like being able to explore at night and in the house, like totally different. Wonder, I mean, we haven't played it yet, but I think Wonder's really going to push some boundaries. It feels like 2023, whether or not it's the last year of the Switch, they are like going full force and they're like, wait, let us show you really what we have in our back pocket. It's so funny because if I remember correctly, Nintendo had said like, oh, this is it. Like, we're kind of dwindling down for the Switch in a way. But I think they've just brought so much heat. And 2023 is, again, another time period where I've really like gotten really into gaming and trying different games in general. So, I mean, 2023 is right up there with, I would say, 2020 for me. I think it's probably, if it's not mine, I know I said earlier, I was like, oh, 2021. But I think my mind has changed. If it's not number one, it's number two for me.
Yeah, it's tough. You made a point there, Amanda, that I was actually going to make, because to me, 2023 is actually like the inverse argument to 2017. Because 2017 was like this new era. It was so exciting. It felt everything we said earlier, totally true. 2023 for me is like the inverse of that. Like 2023 is like, now that we are coming into the end of this thing, into the end of like this system's life. You remember before June, everybody's like, maybe a partner direct if we get a direct at all. And it's like, no, by the way, the Switch is not, and everybody was saying, to your point, Amanda, Nintendo didn't say it, the people said it. Like IGN was like, Tears of the Kingdom is Nintendo's last big game on the Switch. And that was the vibe, like coming into the first half of this year. And then in June, they said, nope, guess what? There's a new Mario game coming out. And like they all of this stuff, the Mario RPG remake that people have always been clamoring for, another WarioWare game. Even I, as a WarioWare stan, I would have never predicted they were going to do another one on this system.
Same.
So like, this year, for me, the amount of like surprise and delight and creativity that has come into it in what should be, by all accounts, if you look at 2016 as the last year of like the Wii U and 3DS, like that is not being repeated here. It is not being repeated here. So.
And we've gotten some pretty big updates too. Like you think of the waves in Mario Kart, like some of the biggest stuff has come this year. Like, I don't know. All right. 2023 is moving up to be my number one.
Like, that's where I'm at. And Jordan in the chat makes a great point where, like, after we've played Wonder, we should, have like the discussion of like, does 2023 get after the year is actually played out, we should, kind of revisit 2023 versus 2017. But like, on like totality, like looking at this thing, I put it I would say 2023 1 and 2017 2 for me personally. Like my top three would be 23, 17, and 20 would be my top three personally. So, yeah.
I think I go 2017, 2023, 2019. I think is going to edge out the others. But I love this so much. Like this is the kind of thing I want to make a graphic out of this. I want to go like why, like what are the games that kind of like pop out? Like I love these conversations so much. Like there's no right answer, as much as we joke around about whatever. It's fun to do, and it's a way to kind of celebrate and remember what was. It's all good times. So and maybe for some people, like I definitely know a few people in my life who are getting Switches for the first time. Like imagine that, like looking back on the last, I mean, like good luck to you. Like it's too much. There's way too much. They haven't slowed down at all. But I love these little like retrospectives that we get to do and thinking about in this way, and especially when it's not like what a garbage heap this was. It's all good. We've been having a great time with the Switch this whole time. Yeah.
And I think 2024 could still keep rolling. We've got Princess Peach coming out, getting her own game. Like, I think there's still going to be some heat going into 2024, whether they announce
Star
the
Fox
next system or not. Okay, Slippy's coming back.
Donkey
Bring
Kong.
him back. Come on, give him some
Yeah.
life. But yeah, I think 2024 too. I don't know if it'll be as strong as 2023, but it could. Like if they do the same thing they did this year and just be like, oh, actually, here you go. Here's something new. Who would have thought Princess Peach was getting her own game in 2024 for this system?
Yeah.
Yarden brings up to revisit 2017 versus 2023 after Wonder, because it might sway me. It's interesting because
maybe.
For me, like Botwa and Odyssey, better. Personally for me, I got way more out of that than Totkey.
Sure.
But I mean, we'll see how Wonder is.
Where are you getting Key from?
Amanda's over it.
Where is Key?
Totka is Totka better? Totka.
So there's a brand of vodka called Taka here in the States, and that's all I think of when I hear that is Taka vodka.
Botwa and Totka.
Oh my god! Please stop.
Yeah.
Help.
Yeah, it has been like it has been all killer no filler during the Switch, man. It's been crazy. So, which is also my favorite Sum 41 album. Yeah, hell yeah. That's right. That's right, buddy. So we're going long. We should wrap up. But I appreciate
See you next week.
Yeah, bye everybody. But I would love, to do the typical, Lachlan thing. Leave in the comments below your ranking of the years of the Nintendo Switch. Amanda, how can people follow you and keep up with you on the internet, my friend?
So you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/something. No, I'm just kidding. Twitch.tv/Miles. I'm like, is it a / Miles _of _Amanda. You can also find me on Twitter. I'm pretty active on Twitter, Miles of Amanda, and Instagram and all the places. Just Google it. I'll pop up somewhere.
Let's go. How about you, Sean?
Open up your Discord app. Go to the community category. Go to the Friends Codes channel. Click the pinned messages. Scroll down underneath Locklith Court, $2 Hero, and myself. You'll find my friend code SW687902366588. And shout out to the 3 friends I added last week who are coming in from friend codes. Like, this is not a coincidence. You guys keep coming on in. You're welcome.
Come on in.
Also, Friday, October 20th, 10 a.m.
Yes.
We are playing Mario Wonder. We will have given away a copy of Mario Wonder on the Thursday. We're doing a subathon. It's going to be amazing. We got some surprises. That might have been one of the surprises. I just
that is a subathon. Yeah. There's a lot going on Friday, y'all. You're not going to want to miss it. Yeah.
I'm stoked. So twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming live. Sorry for letting this slip if that was supposed to be a surprise.
No, please.
Congratulations for making it to the end of an extended edition of the Nintendo Drive. I'm on Twitter as well. Sean Capri, Sean like Connor, Capri like the pants. The end. That's
right. And as for me, you can also do the same thing that Sean said, because my friend code is there. That friend code, of course, is SW411280613454. Come on in. Come on in. The water's warm. We'll take you. And on Twitter, I'm at $2 Hero as well. So again, let us know what your favorite year of the Nintendo Switch has been thus far. Bump that like button and all that fun stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
Geek.